What's going on, my lovelies? It's Kyle here. Want to talk a little bit about healing today in the healing process, and I think a lot of misconceptions that I see in a lot of paths that I think are not ideal for people in the healing journey and the healing process to go down. And one of these misconceptions that I see myself falling into and many others is the belief that time will heal. All you need is time. You just need a little bit of effort. But the main thing in this recipe of healing is time. And I'm here to tell you, time won't heal you. It won't. You need to help facilitate the healing process over a period of time. That's where time falls into. Not just time, not because you just need to relax, get your mind off it, stop thinking about this situation. Even if it's a physical ailment, you need to help facilitate the healing process in conjunction with time. Okay? And here's why. So, if you look at any form of wound, I think the best and easiest way to demonstrate this is, say you have a deep cut on your arm. What's the first step you do? You just look at it. I'm talking about like a deep cut that it could easily get infected, and that infection could make you really sick and potentially lead to other health side effects. Not just a little scrape, not a little paper cut, but a deep wound. The first step that you're going to take, if you're going about it in the right way, is to clean the wound out. You have to clean it out. You have to sterilize it. You have to get all of that bacteria, all of the things that could lead to an infection and make you even more sick. You have to clean all that out. And just as a physical wound, that we need to clean it out and clear it out, we need to do the same thing with the emotional wounds, with trauma, whatever it may be, whether it's from the past and now it's coming up, or it's from the past and you see how it's affecting your interactions, you see that it's lashing out and hurting yourself and others, it's still wounding, it's infected. And likely, if this just happened, the first thing you need to do is to clear it out. And one of the best ways to clear out these dense, heavy, hurtful emotions and aspects of our emotional wounds is that we need to feel these emotions again. We need to cry if we can. Tears help wash away any stuck emotions, any feelings that haven't been felt yet. You need to feel all of your feelings. Ideally, I don't know. And how do you know if you feel all your feelings? I don't know. But you can look at it at a moment in time. If you feel these emotions well up, sit with them, be with them, feel them, honor them. Because when we feel our emotions, when we embody them once again, and we cry when we need to cry, or we feel that anger, or we grieve, whatever emotions come up, we need to feel them. And then as we fully feel them, we can release them. Especially if these emotional wounds are leading to unhealthy beliefs about ourselves and others and the world at large. Because if you don't have a trauma that is addressed, if you don't have an emotional wound that's been addressed, it can cloud your judgment. It can put a film over your eyes where you see the world in a darker light than it actually is. in reality. Or you could lash out and project these wounds onto others, or you could lash out on yourself and hurt yourself. So it is very important, if you're experiencing a past trauma that's coming up, or you just experienced an emotional wound, clean it out, clear it out, feel those feelings, cry if you can, grieve if you can. And once you feel wrung out, you feel like you have nothing else to feel, that's when we can start dressing this wound up, at least for the moment in time. Sometimes these traumas and these wounds, they come in waves. So when a wave comes up, feel it, grieve, cry, journal. Do whatever you can to bring these emotions up, whatever they may be, and let them out. Release them and let them go. And then we can dress that wound up. We can put some ointment on it. We can tend to it. But the first step is that we need to clear it out so it doesn't fester down the line, so it doesn't lead to a greater infection within yourself, and then also wounding others. So I see so many people that have this philosophy that I just need time to get over it. I just need to forget about it. Have you ever recognized that within yourself or other people that have not addressed their traumas? Those traumas go out and they wound other people. They lead to more trauma. If you don't address your trauma now, you have a higher potential of traumatizing others. You have a higher potential of further traumatizing yourself. And this is why it's so important. If you are emotionally wounded, if you have experienced a trauma, time won't heal you. You need to help facilitate the healing process. And it is not easy. I'm not going to say it's easy. I'm not going to say it's fun, but it is absolutely necessary if you want to get to a better place. If you want to feel more whole, more healed, more healthy, happier, and joyful, we need to learn and we need to work on letting go of this baggage and healing these old wounds or current wounds that we just experienced, whatever they may be. You need to help facilitate the healing process. Just as you would if you tore your ACL, you go to PT, right? To strengthen it after your surgery. You stretch it, and it hurts. It's not comfortable. It's not fun. But that is how you heal a wounded aspect of yourself. The healing process can be very uncomfortable. It can be very cathartic as well. You can feel so much better after you release some of these emotions and traumas and you help heal them. In the long term, you feel much better. In the short term, you might feel uncomfortable. But I think we all know the long game and playing the long game in life is what leads to the highest levels of fulfillment, happiness, and joy in the long run, because we need to work through these difficult experiences. We can't just be hedonists our whole lives. There's a moment in time to be hedonistic, but for the most part, it's not ideal. And a very hedonistic thing to do is to not face your emotional wounds, is to cover them up, is to bury them, pretend like they're not there. So for any of you out there where you feel past traumas and wounds coming up, face them. Take your time. Make time for your healing process. Help facilitate the healing process, because time alone won't heal you. I'll leave it there. Hope you're having a lovely day wherever you're at in the world. And until next time.